Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Joe. Welcome back to SNES's Life Recap number 128, I think. Uh, yeah, I'm pretty sure we're at 128. Or maybe 127. I think it's 128. Whatever. Point is, we're covering the last 5 games I've played. WWF Wrestlemania arcade game, Doom Troopers, Spider-Man Venom Separation Anxiety, Urban Strike, and Madden 1996. Let's get this going. WWF Wrestlemania, the arcade game. This was a controversial wrestle game for its time based on the fact that they did the NBA Jam NFL Blitz thing and they were like, hey, let's make a wrestling arcade game that is, for all intents and purposes, a Mortal Kombat Street Fighter silliness. Like, they have superhuman moves. They jump 50 feet in the air. You have essentially a health bar. It is basically a fighting game at that stage with a wrestling kind of wrap on it. You also only get like 6 characters to pick from. So, very small character selection. Uh, the visuals were really good, actually. Like, everything, like, they put a lot of effort in the visual here. And that's probably why there's only 6 playable characters for the SNES port. The sound was fine, but the game wasn't fun to me. It's not what I wanted out of a wrestling game for its era. And that's weird because I'm a huge fan of the arcade sports games like NFL Blitz, NBA Jam, NHL Hits. Just, I not a big on the. I don't know. I guess maybe because wrestling feels arcadey to start with. Like they didn't need to take it to the nth degree with this, and so it didn't appeal to me as a game. I think I actually played. I think Joey was with me when we played this. In fact, I'm certain of it. And yeah, neither of us were that impressed with it. Frankly, it just felt weird and off, like in an off-putting way. We ended up giving it a thumbs down. Visually, I can acknowledge that it was a strikingly good-looking game, but it just wasn't really fun. I don't know, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact there's only 6 players to choose from. Like there wasn't a lot of variety in any of it, honestly. So yeah, I don't know. I could definitely see some argument for it to be a good game. And in the arcade, it probably was. But on the Super Nintendo, I don't think they did any kind of justice to it. So we gave that a thumbs down. Next up is Doom Troopers. I really wanted to like this game. It has a very Contra-esque feel to it. Big chunky sprites, run and gun. I like the orc dudes that you're killing. They remind me. It reminds me a lot of. It's like if you took the Warcraft orcs and mixed them with StarCraft Space Marines. And you could see very much that this feels, and I think our clown, one of our constant viewers, told me that it was originally supposed to be a Warhammer 40k game, which you can see that. Orcs and Space Marine, dude. Like, I get there. It had some decent moments of entertainment, but it got to the point where, like in this level, at some point I'm running. I don't know if we'll see it in the clip I grabbed. And there are landmines on the ground. And the landmines are like a teeny tiny red pixel that you do not notice very easily. Like I did eventually start noticing them, but it was really bad. There's a lot of gotcha damage in this game. There's a couple levels that towards the end of my playthrough where it was just this giant. It was like Earthworm Jim in that you had to keep climbing up on these different landings, but you couldn't tell what was actually a landing that you could get to and what was just part of the background just because of the way the art style was. The bosses all have weird gimmicks that you have to figure out how to beat them, which is kind of shitty. And yeah, it just really kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know. It's play Contra. Contra's just a better running game. I guess is where I'm at with that. It is what it is. Spider-Man Venom Separation Anxiety. I really wanted to love this one too. The other Spider-Man game I played, God damn it, Spider-Man Maximum Carnage. So we played that one previously. And this one looks very, very similar to Maximum Carnage, but it felt very, very different in gameplay. And I got going eventually, but it's just kind of a little bit of a lackluster beat 'em up. Like, there's like 4 or 5 enemies total that I ran through in the hour that I played it. Very, very samey. You get... This guy, I think... Is he a boss at this point? I think he is. And he eventually just starts showing up as a bad guy later. But you can shoot your webs and kind of web dudes up to beat them up. And then you can do a little web swinging across the thing. And the moves all felt very stiff. The jump didn't feel very good. It just... I think I might have thumbed down Maximum Carnage too. But Maximum Carnage was better than Separation Anxiety, I felt. This just didn't feel great. Like, everything controlled didn't feel good. I don't know. It's, with the beat 'em up, you can... Beat 'em ups, the way they play, have to feel good in the hand. Like, the motion has to be smooth, and stiff jumps and stiff attacks don't lead to good, entertaining gameplay, and that's just the way it is. So I wasn't a huge fan here. I just didn't feel it played well. I got nothing. I think the visuals aren't as good as a lot of other beat 'em ups, and I said the same thing about Maximum Carnage. But take that for what it is. Thumbs down. Urban Strike. I've played Desert Strike and Jungle Strike. I think I might have thumbed up Desert Strike. That one felt good in that it was the first play of a strike from this series, and I kind of got what everything was pretty quickly. Jungle Strike and now Urban Strike. Urban Strike, still in the jungle if you don't notice. There are some city levels that you're obviously not going to see in this clip. You're in a helicopter. Why are you bounce off of shit? Those little wooden towers, you bounce off it. Building, bounce off it. Tons of enemy fire coming in from off screen. Good chunk of slowdown in the middle of play. The visuals are all right, and for that explosion looks like just absolute ass. But the visuals otherwise are generally like the backgrounds and everything look good. The momentum feels wrong. So the helicopter starts very, very slow, and once you get going, it does move at a really good clip. But then the momentum. And I get it if you're like, it takes time for a helicopter or anything, a car, to go from a forward motion to a stop. But like, it's a video game, man. You're already ruining the immersion and the fact that the helicopter bounces off of buildings and shit. Like, and that doesn't fly over them, and then also doesn't explode when it bounces off of buildings. So like, why does the momentum have to be accurate? But I'd fly past the objectives constantly. And you have to finish like all the objectives to get out of the level, which is why I never finished. I don't think I ever got out of the jungle level. Because the objectives are like, it's not like, hey, go in, blow this thing up, fly out. It's like, hey, go in, blow these 4 things up. Now go find these 5 things and deliver them here. Now go blow these 5 things up. Now go do this. Now go do... There's like 8 different objectives that you have to do in order on the first mission to get out of the jungle. So yeah, we never got there. Especially because sometimes I would be carrying the items for delivery and the enemy would shoot me and the helicopter would drop the item and it would blow up. And there would be like 5 items, and if you didn't deliver 3 of the 5, mission failure. You also have to watch out for the fact that you run out of gas, you run out of health, you run out of bullets. I think I ran out of gas once. Boop, start the mission. And it's not start that objective over. It's start the whole damn thing over from part 1. So, an 8-stage mission, blow stuff up, deliver the objects, blow stuff up, deliver the objects. I did blow stuff up, deliver, blow stuff up. And then on that second delivery mission, step 4 of the mission, I failed the delivery. Boom, back to step 1. and it's not a fast-playing game. So that felt dirty. I didn't like Jungle Strike either, if I remember correctly. And then Jungle Strike, I'm almost certain I'm remembering the right one. There was a lot of gunfire off a screen in that one too, and that's what pissed me. Like there was one mission where I'm like, it's the second you took off and moved forward, like 5 SAM sites were shooting missiles at you and you got blown up. This felt very much kind of insane. As soon as you started creeping over things, just bullets would start flying. And the slowdown really got me on this because too many objects on screen. Game really chugged. That may be an emulation issue. But, yeah, did not enjoy, would not recommend. Thumbs down. Last but not least, Madden 1996. I bet you can't guess where this one's going. It is cookie cutter Madden, baby. Yeah, I played Madden 94, 95. This is now 96. I went back and played 95 for a little bit right before doing this one. This one, the visuals are improved. The field looks a little better. It's a little more zoomed in. The pixel edges on the sprites are crisper, less blurry and muddled. The gameplay feels like every other Madden of this era. Pick a play, or pick a line, pick a play, execute. It's a vertical football field, which I've never liked because it's so hard to tell any kind of success. You move a half an inch and it's like you gain 12 yards and you're like, how? It really messes with the perception of distance, and I don't like it. I'd much prefer the Tecmo Bowl style horizontal field. I think it's a lot easier to tell how well you're doing and not upset you when you're like, oh, I should have made that, and this one you're just like, I have no idea. Also, for some reason, this one I could not get my passes off hardly at all. I did eventually get some good runs in it. And I think twice, I think I stepped back through the end zone off the field once, which is my own screw up because I wasn't paying attention on a snap for a pass. And then I think also one time I had the ball in my hand and I dove because I meant to pass the ball and hit the wrong button, and the guy dove into the end zone and safety. And yeah, it was bad. I lost like 30-8. So I did manage to score once, like right at the end of the fourth quarter. I don't care for the Madden games. Visually, this one was an improvement on the last. Audio speaking, the voice clips that were used in the game sounded really good, really crisp and clear. But like so many other simulation sports games, after that it's just a bunch of guy voices banging in. No music in the game. And I get it. There's not generally, like, the dudes on the field in a football game aren't listening to music. But I'm not a dude on a football field playing the game, I'm a guy at home. I would like some more audio love, please. Boring. Without music, it just makes it more boring. So I gave this a thumbs down. So this is one of those weeks sets where it's just 5 thumbs downs for me. I wouldn't recommend any of these, and that's a bummer. It sucks when you play 5 games and you're like, I don't want, these are all shit. And then I get that that's a personal opinion. It's my personal opinion, so sue me. It's what it is. But that's it, guys. Appreciate everybody sticking around. 128 recap. We're getting real close to... if I stay on target this year and actually do, 3 games a week, which is generally my goal, I bet I could finish the Super Nintendo library by the end of the year. Will that happen? Probably not. But boy, it feels within reach after 5 years of doing this. 6 years, 7 years, maybe even. It's rough. It's been a minute. But that's it, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. We'll see you later in the new year of 2026. Adios.